Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the EKIY KK3, which I bought from Alibaba Express, which is an online Chinese online eBay equivalent. And I'm going to tell you how this went. So essentially, with the Toyota Alphard, they often come with Japanese radios with which do not have an English translation mode, so they're completely in Japanese. Now, if you're looking at getting one of the hybrids, then you can't really just switch out the head unit for a UK equivalent, because you're going to lose all the information that is displayed for the hybrid, such as your electrical, your power chains and stuff like that. So you won't be able to get all that information. That's all going to be lost. So this replacements of these head units can be done with other ones where you're going to accept there's going to be some degree of loss of information, but not critical information as seen on the hybrid. So if you're buying a hybrid, the chances are you want to keep the head unit and add functionality such as DAB receivers onto unit, or CarPlay onto the head unit, so you're not losing the information that the Toyota one supplies. So how did I get on with this one? Well, the reason why I've picked this particular unit is because the Android unit connects to the OBD port, which means that I can display information on how the car's running. So this is quite a really useful function, is to be able to display how the car's performing. So you just start the engine, 1 second. Okay, and you can pick up live data here. Now, live data is absolutely brilliant for, say, for example, checking your coolant temperature. As you can see, it's 194 on there. You can set beepers on these, I believe. Like if the coolant temperature, if it goes over a certain temperature, you can put alarms on there. I'm just trying to find it, but I'm pretty sure you can set an alarm if there's a problem. Yep, set high warnings, set low warnings. Okay, so if you're worried about overheating, pop that alarm, and that will take care of that. So let me just move on. Other things it's good at is this thing here, which is just reading the fuel trims, etc. So the car's just started, and the fuel trims are very high there, and they're about, but you want to have them below 10 or so. Now, when this car starts to move and gets warmed up, these will drop down. But if they're staying very high, then you may have a problem on that. So that's something. Also, you got your average miles per gallon there, and your mile per gallon's instantaneous here. The average mile per gallon is quite low just now because the car's been sitting idling whilst I've been just keeping away the cold Scottish weather, but also I've been doing a lot of the repair work on the car and adding this radio, and I don't want the car dying because I've had electrics on and stuff like that. So it's been idling quite a bit recently, and so we'll get a proper figure later on. So the other good thing about this this Android unit is it's easy to fit. This one's got a larger screen, which is a 9-inch screen, and it's mechanless, so basically it doesn't have a DVD player or anything like that. It fits in quite nicely. There's a little gap there, you can just see it. Now, where is it? It's just a tiny little gap there, but apart from that, it fits quite good. I've still got to put the glass on here and the buttons here, so just ignore that just now, but that will be going on. But it fits quite good. Now, one thing to note is that the head units for these Alphards come in different sizes. So the Alphard Series 1 has a 2-button one, and it's got a 4-button one. You've got to know that when you're placing the order. Also, the connectors at the back, you get like a little patch which the suppliers give you, and basically you patch them up, and it's just literally plug and play. Fairly straightforward. The only thing I've really done is I've changed the camera at the back to an just a standard analog cable. So it's a yellow video cable, and I've popped one of those and just ran it across all the way from there down there and up the back of the van, and that gives me a reversing. Now it's pitch black here, but it gives you the reversing camera, which there it is there. I've not set up the I've not set up the trajectory thing at the back, the little pathway thing. But I'm thinking a better camera would have been a better preferable. So you can get the cameras pre-marked as well. I don't know how that really works with this, because I don't know if you can get rid of that line, but a pre-marked camera may be the way forward, and putting a better camera at the back is probably probably a good thing. So as you can see, you've got all this, and this is the real winner for me. This is why I like this Android units. You can buy the Android ones for, let's say, from Alpine, etc. But the one thing they don't do is they don't allow you to have this almost like a computer-like capability. You can put in your apps. You've got your Google apps there, set up to Wi-Fi. You've got CarLink. You've also got Apple Play on this, I believe, as well. I could be wrong, but I think it has got Apple Play. You've got your graphic equalizers and stuff like that, so you can do setups there. You got your surround sound there, so you can delay. You can delay things. A little bit. I haven't got this all set up yet. You've got bass enhancement on there, so you can just alter that if you've got a subwoofer, and if you've got a subwoofer, you can do it there as well. As I'm still getting used to this, but I like the idea of being able to put any app that you want onto this head unit, and it just gives you. I've got this high definition camera, which I set up, but unfortunately didn't connect up to USB, so that's a bit of a dog. So I need to go and pop this out and do the USB, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to wait until I've seen anything else I want to change, and just change them over at the same time. So okay, so here we go. We've got the radio here, and you can have multiple units in multiple windows. You can just skim through, but look at the speed of that. It's actually quite a nice, and there's your little startup menu. So I've got Toyota selected for this one, so when the screen comes up, it comes with a Toyota screen. You've got all your touch things work here, so you can do all that. Okay, and it's got the plus or minus, and then I've set this mode to mute, so the buttons are individually programmable. And of course, it's got the camera phone, microphone. I'm never impressed with microphones in the Alphards. I don't know what it is. It's probably it could be it's just a cheap microphone, or it could just be a cheap headphones. But I'm never impressed with them. So you know what? I might just try a better quality mic and see if that actually does it, because the microphone they supplied just doesn't really cut it. So maybe as simple as just changing the microphone. Other things which are worthwhile is got the DAB somewhere. Where is it? Oh, it's got WAS as well, so you can put this in as well, or Waze, whatever you want to call it. You can put that in as well, and that's just brilliant for your traffic alerts, etc. This is GPS, so quite a good system, so that you can have that starting up straight away. And what else have you got in here? Yeah, you can basically pick up anything. I've got the DAB controls here. Disconnected the DAB just now because I wasn't happy with the aerial supplied, and I think probably this will, it works, but the thing is I never want it cutting out, so I think maybe an external aerial would probably be a better idea than the screen mounted ones. So overall this thing costs about £200 or so. I think it's not bad value. It's not bad value. I think that the sound quality on this one is not bad. Now I'm saying it's not bad because what I've done here is I've put in a mid-range in the door, and I've put the tweeters just into these little side panels there where they originally were. But I have to say that it lacks the bass, and it's not surprising because the bass has not been put in. It's got no bass. So but the other ranges are fantastic. The Alpine's fantastic. So what I need to do is run out a subwoofer, and it has got a subwoofer switch. It's got optical and coaxial, so I run it out from there and pop it underneath the seat of the driver. How difficult it is. I've never done one before, but I'm all up for trying one. This has still got this plastic covering on it. I recommend keeping the plastic covering on when you're installing it, because sometimes you can catch the gear knob. when it's unscrewed, and that will just damage your screen, and you'll be very unhappy if that's the case. So am I happy with it? Yes, I'm quite happy with this. I'm quite happy with the unit. Whether you really need a 9-inch screen, I'm not too sure, but it's actually growing on me. Originally I thought it was too big, but it is actually growing on me. What else is good about this unit? It's fairly straightforward to put in. It's not loud, but then again, I've only got the 2 speakers working at the front, and it's loud enough with the 2 speakers. With the 4 speakers, it probably is on the loud side. When the subwoofer comes in, it's probably going to be on the loud side. It says I think it's 45 watts per channel, or 35 watts per channel, but whatever it is, it's good enough not to deafen you, which is probably a good thing, because you don't want to be driving a 2-ton vehicle and not be able to hear the road as well. So I'm quite happy with the overall. Why not put an Alpine in here, or a Kenwood? Well, Alpine and Kenwood, they probably got much better sound, but as I said, I like the idea of having the OBD port in there, just telling me all the information about the car when it's going, and keeping an eye on that. The important things to monitor, such as oil temperature, gearbox temperature, and the water temperature. I like the idea of having alerts set on there, and this thing can just switch on automatically in the background. When you start up, it will just start the app up straight away. So I like that. I like that kind of functionality. Things that I don't like, I would say, is I don't like the idea of having, and this is now I think it's a 19-year-old car now, maybe 18 years old, but either way, I don't like the idea of not being able to use a standard ISO radio in here. But then again, I want it to integrate nicely. With the Alpines, you may find it a little bit short, so you have blanking plates on either side. Same with the Kenwoods. Some of them, I don't know if it's all of them, but they have little blanking plates. You're reducing a little bit of screen acreage. And the one good thing about this, you're getting your screen acreage, but also you're getting a nice kind of metallic color which matches in, although this can be spray painted to whatever color you want. And the other good thing about it, it keeps all the functionality of the whole unit still in there. Would I change it for an Alpine? You know what? I wouldn't mind an Alpine. I would like to have an Alpine in here. But then again, I've got to look at the cost of actually installing it. This one, I've done the full video install of the unit. The customer service is actually very good. So you just write off to them, say, if you've got any questions, just ask them. Listen, guys, I'm having this question, this problem, etc. And they're very good. The downside is this comes up with no instructions with it. So if you've never fitted anything like it before, then you might struggle a little bit. But it is essentially plug and play. Not all the plugs are used, but it does give you the functionality. So it gives you all the speakers front and back. Connects up the cameras and stuff like that with slight modification. But you know what you're doing, great. And even if you've got a little bit of inclination, it's an easy one to learn. And we've got, like, I think 6 videos or something on how I install this one. Things to make sure is that you get the right unit, and they're very good. The Chinese company is very good at making sure that they send you the right patches for this particular vehicle. They will ask you to take some photographs of your connectors. So basically, you've got to take the head unit off, take the fascia off, take the head unit off, photograph all the connectors once it's been disconnected, send them the picture, and then they will send you the right unit. How long did it take? Well, this one arrived in 9 days. They said it was going to be 60 days, but arrived in 9 days, which is a big plus set. What would I order in addition? I'd probably go for their better color camera, or maybe a different camera altogether, or plug and play. Probably look at getting an external DAB. But I'll do that in the summer rather than doing it in the winter when it's really cold. What else would I like? I would definitely get a subwoofer put in here, because I think, you know what, you can get so much more out of this unit. If it's got a subwoofer output, use the subwoofer output. So I think it's actually quite a good buy. Overall, I'm quite happy with the way it's all went. How long will it last? You can never tell with the Chinese products how long will it last. One thing, I'd be surprised if any of my Japanese radios were to break, and none of them have broken. Then yes, that would be a surprise. How many Chinese models have I seen break? Well, I've seen some break. I have to admit, I have seen people have issues with head units not functioning the way they are, the screen's going, etc. This says that it's got an OLED screen, which is made by Samsung, or no, it's made by Samsung or LG. I can't remember. I think it's Samsung who makes the OLEDs. But you know, it's very doubtful if it has got an OLED screen. But the screen sensitivity is actually very good. With the cheaper ones, the screen sensitivity can be a bit suspect, but it's a good quality. It's a very good quality screen. It's great just now, and I haven't even pulled off the screen protective covering. As I said, until I'm finished and I'm happy with everything. So that is a brief rundown of the unit. As I said, I'm quite delighted with it. I like the quality of sound. I love sound, and it just needs to be perfect. Is it perfect? Not until I get the subwoofer in. I won't be happy. Until I get those rear speakers working, I won't be happy. But I'm happy enough that this is going to actually do the job. So I hope you've liked this little video and the series that I put up on how to actually install one of these units. It's literally plug and play, so I'm hoping that you guys will have fun and find it useful. But if you can't fit it yourself, if you haven't got the time to fit it, get somebody else to fit it. But don't push yourself through boundaries that you're not good enough to actually get through. It does require trim panels to come out, etc., to fit these things in, but they all do. And any radio installer will be able to install this quite easily. I hope this has been useful, you guys. It's a little bit longer video than my normals, but there you go. Thank you for watching.